Did you know that our souls are connected by fate? It's Yuno Hanaki from Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki! Hello everybody! How are we doing today? Happy Monday! Happy Onigashi Monday! Hello, hello! How are we doing? How are we feeling? Red string cutie, that's a new one. I like it though. Doing well? That's good. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Feeling good. Feeling energized. I missed you guys so much. It felt so weird not streaming yesterday. I was like sitting there finishing my work, and in my head I was just like, I can't wait to stream, and then I forgot that I had the day off because I needed to finish work for my deadline, and I was like, no, let me out of jail. It was like pre-debut prison all over again. But I'm glad to be here. I am glad to be released from my deadline chains. iOS update is available. It will be installed later tonight. Shut up, iPhone. I need to track me. For Gore's skull. Yeah, basically. I did in fact for Gore. I'm so used to streaming on Sundays that it felt weird. But I am in fact free. Good job on remembering to tweet when going live. Thanks, man. I'm getting better slowly, one step at a time. But yeah, okay, so today's Onigashima Monday. We have a topic, gasp, whoa, a topic that we're actually going to try and stick to for the stream. Crazy, right? So today we are going to be talking about how to get inspired, finding inspiration, how to combat things that might prevent you from being inspired, all that kind of stuff. I've gathered some links and some, like, ideas for talking points if we don't have anything to talk about specifically. You guys can ask questions. I can ask you questions, because I've got a list of questions here. Feel free to talk about inspiration in all of its forms, or the lack thereof if you haven't really felt inspired recently. That's the goal for today. For the record, I'm not an authority. I literally just kind of pulled some links from places, and I'll just be reiterating talking points from my experience, but I figured that it would be a good thing to talk about. Inspiration as in motivation to go work, or inspiration as in something to derive from to make your own art? I think that both is a viable topic. I was coming at it from the framing of creative inspiration, but I think that inspiration in general can still be discussed. I think inspiration and motivation, I mentioned this before, are like two kind of different things, like two different vibes. I think motivation to go to work is different from inspiration to create art. But I do also think that they have a lot of things that go hand in hand. I'm actually quite inspired right now. I'm feeling the power while writing right now. Oh, that's wonderful! Do you have anything in particular that you think is inspiring you in this moment? Or is it just, you felt the energy and you were just like, it's time. I'm gonna put pen to paper right now. The BGM is a nice touch. Yeah, I thought it would be nice to have a different sort of BGM specifically for Onigashima Mondays. I quite like this. And it actually loops really well, which was surprising to me. A lot of the other types of BGM that I was picking up do not loop necessarily, so there will be like periods of silence, but this one specifically loops. I listen to motivational music. Oh, but what kind of music do you think is motivational, though? Do you think there's like a specific genre that's best for motivation? I know that people say that, like, this is more of like a old wives' tale sort of thing. But I hear that, like, when mothers are, like, pregnant, like with babies, they will purposefully listen to classical music to try and stimulate the baby's intelligence. So I've always kind of wondered if that means that classical music in particular is a way to stimulate, like, creative or, like, inspirational energy. I don't know how true that is, though. Felt the power? Ah, yeah. I love that for you. Death metal, obviously. I don't think I could be motivated listening to death metal. Like, I'd be motivated in a different way. Motivated to headbang. I don't think that would be motivation for being creative. Hard rock and heavy metal motivates me. Gotta have music I can see myself going into battle with. That's true. I feel like battle-type music is a form of inspiration. Anything that feels like you're going into battle. Anything instrumental, I always get distracted by music with vocals. Oh my gosh, you're just like me. I have to listen to, like, either lo-fi or just, like, anything that doesn't have voices. The only time I can listen to stuff, like, with a vocal line to it is if it's in another language. Because it's easier to tune out. If I'm listening to something in English, I'm more likely to get distracted because I know what's being said. Versus if it's in a foreign language, I feel like it's a bit easier for it to become background noise. I think there's actually, like, some sort of science behind that, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, Hanaki! Hello, hello! Okay. Can't listen to English music while writing. Being able to understand the lyrics while trying to think of something else is hard. Jealous of people who can get work done while listening to streams. Oh my gosh, you're just like me. Like, I love, like, watching streams. I think I've answered a Marshmallow about this before. I do get very inspired watching other people's work streams and, like, working alongside them. But it can also be very distracting. Especially if the person I'm watching is a really good talker. I will often get distracted by the tangents that they're going on and forget to do my own work for a little bit. That's why I kind of like, and actually got this suggestion before too from somebody, but I like when they have, like, the dedicated, like, timer to show that you should be working on something. Like, dedicated time blocks for, like, working versus break time to chat. I guess that means that I have to start using the Pomodoro method more. It's never really worked for me. It's a good way to, like, force me to get stuff done, but it's not, like, inspirational. It's very much trapping me in a prison of forcing me to write for, like, 20 or 30 minutes. Attempting to work while also listening to this. We'll see how much work I actually get done. I believe in you. Good luck, everybody. I'll try not to be too distracting, but also I will be talking a lot, so, sorry. Can't watch streams while working. Games need to be watched. Satsus need to be listened to. I get it. I guess that's why I don't really like watching game streams as much. I will watch them occasionally if I think that the game itself is interesting, but I don't usually go for game streams when I watch streams. I'll either go for a chatting stream. I watch a lot of art streams, actually. I love watching people do art on stream. But I don't really look for game streams. What I found for me in the last 24 hours is that other people believing in me really seems to help motivate me. Because if people think I'm good, then maybe I am, and I just don't realize it. Oh, interesting. So it requires, like, the external motivation, or, like, the external validation, I guess. I understand where you're coming from. If you're just making work for yourself in a vacuum, it can be hard to feel appreciated, and it can be hard to, like, feel as if you are actually making any sort of progress because it's only for you. And oftentimes, we are our own worst critics. So if we're writing just for ourselves, like, that can still be validating, but it's also just, like, you notice all the flaws because you're the only one stuck, like, looking at it. But once you start sharing it with more people and they're like, hey, this is good, I liked this part, I liked that part, you could be like, oh, hey, maybe I'm not that bad. So I can see where you're coming from there. In my experience, doing something or seeing someone doing things that are a little bit challenging motivates and inspires me. Oh! So you get inspired by seeing other people, like, overcome challenges? Like, overcome adversity and things like that? Hmm. I don't get watching someone draw and erase the same line for 5 minutes. It enrages me. Commit. Well, like... yeah, it's definitely, like, specifically an artist thing. You have to understand that the artist has, like, a specific vision, and you have to make sure that the base is correct before you can actually, like, make the art more detailed. I don't draw, so I am also coming from the opinion of somebody who's not necessarily a visual artist, but I also understand that, like, you will have to redo the same thing over and over in order to get it right. Because I do that with writing sometimes. Like, sometimes I have to rewrite something multiple times before I get to the wording that I like. Welcome back from your grocery shopping. Hope you got some good food for the week. I heard this from a friend, but I feel like even though it's not like the holidays yet, it feels like people are, like, prepping for the holidays a lot. And, like, buying a ton of shelf-stable food. It feels like people are, like, over-preparing already, even though it doesn't make sense to just yet. You say that, but your doodles you showed us on Twitter were pretty cute. No, those are bad. I actually showed them to a friend, and that's why I've been able to have, better-looking mascots on my thumbnails for Onigashi Mondays. I'm actually drawing right now. It does involve drawing lines many times. Wow, it's almost like you have to draw multiple lines in order to put the lines together to make an image. Wow, crazy. Images are made up of lines. Gasp. I hate when people get crazy for Christmas in November. It's November. You get all of December for Christmas. Stop rushing it. I kind of get what you mean. I feel like November is just a nothing month, though. Like, not a lot is really going on. I guess unless it's, like, someone's birthday or, like, you're going to some sort of special event, it feels like November is just kind of nothing. It doesn't really have a lot of holidays. For better or for worse, but it's, like... considering it's sandwiched between October, which is just Halloween for 31 days, and then you have Christmas in December, which is just Christmas for 31 days. Like, November is like an awkward, sad little sandwich, and you're either still, like, recovering from Halloween and not ready to let go, or you have immediately embraced Christmas. There is no in-between. Nothing else is going on in November. I have a good head for design aesthetics, but I don't have the ability to translate the theory in my head to nice lines on paper. Ugh, me too. I have a pretty decent idea of aesthetics and, like, a good aesthetic sense if I'm, like, coordinating stuff, but I cannot create stuff. Not visual stuff, anyway. The closest I can get is with my writing. A sad holiday sandwich, but it is! It's a sad little sandwich! It's like the really bland lunch meat in between the, like, really, like, the flavored bread, I guess. That's my opinion, anyhow. November just doesn't really have a lot going on. It's just a sad, sad little friend. You guys are really clinging to the sad sandwich metaphor, huh? Well, there you go. There's your creative inspiration for the day. Sure. I love that. Hi, Yuno. Are you cold? Not right now. I am not cold. My house is actually quite warm right now. I make sure to not be cold because I despise the cold. Being cold is the worst. I don't like it. So I make sure to not be cold. Just bread, sugar, and hopes and dreams to fill that sandwich. Yeah. Poor November. Rest in pieces. Anyways. Enough about November being a sad month. You don't like the cold, but you don't like the sun either. Yeah. I am a nighttime Oni. I prefer nighttime. The sun is not good for me, for various reasons. What are you doing in order to stay warm? I love soup. So I eat a lot of, like, noodle soup and, like, warm food. Hot nights moment? Yeah, basically. I prefer warm weather. I don't mind, like, this fall weather because it's not necessarily cold. Like, it's more temperate. I think I prefer temperate weather. I don't really like the extremes of, like, super cold and, like, super hot, but if I had to choose between super cold and super hot, I would choose super hot. But maybe it's because I really love, like, iced drinks and, like, cold things, so I feel like it cancels out my temperature. You're a night owl? Kind of. I do think I stay up pretty late, on average, but I also get up early. Especially now with the time change, it feels like I'm getting up when it's still dark out, and that's kind of nice. Daytime's just not my friend. Didn't you say you drink cold coffee? You are full of contradictions. That's different! You can love cold coffee, but not like cold weather. That's different! I bet your ideal house temp is 70 degrees. What do you mean by this? Why do I feel like that's an insult somehow? I have to get up for work most often at 11 p.m. Is that waking up early or late? Depends on when you went to bed. How do you fare the daylight saving time change? I was able to remember that the time change was happening, but I forgot the effect it has on my brain. I get affected by the fact that that time is different and that it's, like, dark more often. Like, it's really good for me, motivation-wise, but it's also just like, oh man, it's so different now. It feels like it gets dark really early. Like, even today, as I was setting up for stream, I realized that by the time I end, it's probably gonna be super dark out. And that's wild because I'm starting while it's still light. It's gonna feel like I streamed for a whole day. DST hasn't been that heavy for me. I've been getting a lot more done lately somehow. Well, it's only been, like, a day. It's been, like, 2 days, technically, I guess, since it happened. So I can see people still, like, enjoying it for now. But I wonder when it's gonna start hitting and people are gonna enjoy it less. Who knows? Why are we spamming hearts? What are these heart reactions for? What did I do? I'm just chilling, man. I get more motivated during the afternoon and night. I can focus better. That's fair. I think I'm the same way. I can sometimes get a lot done in, like, the early morning, but then I need to take, like, a rest period. Like, late morning, early afternoon has kind of become my new, like, nap period. So I'll get up really early, get some stuff done and be productive, then I will take a little nap, and then I will get up and prepare for stream. Thank you for all the hearts! It figures I bring it up and now it's just, like, non-stop happening. Does anyone actually know what the reactions are even for. Is it just to, like, be a cute little visual thing? I have yet to figure out what they do. I bet Yuno prefers shower attempts to be neutral, erring on the side of slight cold. That one is not true. I actually prefer extremes specifically for showers only. I like extreme cold, and I like extreme hot showers. I don't really like it when they're moderate, because I feel like it's just kind of meh. It goes either way, though. It's for the TikTok people, is it? I thought it, like, did something. Definitely of contradictions. Yeah, I am a walking example of a fanny dually. If you understand that reference, you're old. Like me, I'm also old. I prefer temperate showers, slightly warm is best. I guess. I got used to cold showers, why did I get used to cold showers again? I actually forget. But I really like cold showers. I used to be more like warm or like hot showers. But I think that cold showers can be really refreshing too. But hot showers are nice. I like both. Poll time, what's chat preferred shower temp? You guys are weird. I don't think I want to know that much information about how you shower. Okay, let's see. What if I'm old and didn't understand the reference? Then that means you're even older. And I'll try my best to treat you with respect as one of my elders. Okay. So let's see. What else do we want to talk about regarding inspiration? I'm looking at my talking points right now. In my opinion, if you drink iced coffee 15 to 30 minutes before a cold shower, your energy is better. Interesting. I don't usually, like, eat breakfast or, like, consume any food until after I shower. I don't know why, that's just kind of a preference that I have. But good to know. I'll keep that in mind for next time, I guess. Because I do drink iced coffee a lot. I'm curious about that now. Interesting. I guess this is kind of relevant to the topic because we are talking about ways to, like, get energy up, which can help with creativity. We're doing our best. It's a bit of a reach, but we're still kind of there. We're hanging out on the outskirts of the topic. Why not save time and eat during the shower? Gross! I don't want wet food. There is nothing worse than, like, wet, soggy food. That's disgusting. I don't know who does that. What's the first thing you do when you hit a wall for writing? Good question. For me, if I feel like I'm hitting a wall, I either take a step away and I, like, kind of pace around my house to, like, not be looking at it for a bit. Or I will try to write the next scene that's taking my attention. Because usually if I get stuck, it's because I don't know where to take the thing that I'm writing next. If I get inspiration for a different scene, I will just, like, go to a different, like, document or a different part of the page. Like, I'll do a page break. And then I'll write the new thing that's taking my attention. And then usually that can help me get more details that I can add back later. But that's just a me thing. There's, like, tons of other ways to try and get your inspiration back once you hit a wall. Like, tons and tons. That's why you eat soup, it's already wet, but I don't want shower water in my soup! Why are you guys so weird? What are you talking about? What? But soup is wet food, another contradiction? Yes! But, like, it's different because there's no shower water in it. Ugh. Gross. Yuck. Chat reflects the streamer. I'm not gross! I am an elegant, cute, pretty girl! I'm not gross! You guys are gross. That's why no one should eat soup. It's just vegetable shower water. I hate this. This is the worst. I hate this. Ugh. 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 Man. You guys realize that shower water is not the same as, like, kitchen water, right? It's not the same. Huh? You're not supposed to consume that. It's a different kind of water. Like, it's not filtered the same way that kitchen water is. Yuno flavored soup. No! Ick. I hate this. What if I just end stream? I've received negative inspiration. I'm out of here. Man. Yeah, see? I'm right! It's not filtered the same way! Like, you're not supposed to be able to drink the shower water. Yeah! Yeah! See? Yeah! It's filtered! Just because it's clean doesn't mean that it's drinkable. If not drinkable, why is it quenching? Don't drink the shower water. So I'm not supposed to swallow the water I use for teeth brushing? No! You're supposed to spit it out! What are you people making me read? I'm going insane. You guys don't know how water filtration works. If it wasn't safe to drink, you certainly wouldn't shower in it. Like, okay, it's safe, but that doesn't mean that you should. That doesn't mean that you should be like, ah, yes, my favorite kind of water, the stuff that I bathe my body in, that I bathe my stinky little body in. Why would you drink that? Why? What for? It's not as filtered, but it's still drinkable. Yes, but again, why? Why, though? God. What is this? Are you guys okay? Thank you. At least somebody understands where I'm coming from. I just got finished saying that it's not the same kind of water. Please. It's not the same. Like, it's bad. It's not good for you. I guess it won't, like, hurt you. But it's not good. Ew! While you're showering? No, dude. I could never. Nah. That's not even good. And then, like, If we're going back to temperature, you guys are just like straight up drinking like warm or hot water to quench your thirst. That's not thirst quenching. It needs to be like, it would have to be cold water. But even then, that's still not good. At least with the warm water, it would be like slightly more purified, I guess, technically, because it's being like boiled to make it warm. But like, what? What the heck? Hi, Kaya. I hate this. Please don't drink your shower water. Kaya, can you like put me out of my misery? I don't like having to deal with this conversation. I've drank shower water too. Ugh. Nah, I can't do this. I'm literally just sitting here like, why? Why would you do this? Why would you do this? What is that even for? It makes no sense. Stop. I hate this. No. No. Did you tweet that you're live? Yes, I did. I was very good. No, don't tell them to drink bathwater! That's even worse! No! No, 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 no. Wait, no, 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 no. I'm literally going insane. The water's been marinating. Ick. Can I just report all of you? I hate this so much. Ah! There are so many times when I've been tempted to drink my bathwater, but you didn't drink it, right? But you didn't drink it, right? Like you didn't do it. Like you were tempted, you had the thought, but you didn't do it, right? You didn't do it. I don't have any more faith in you guys. I think humanity actually isn't worth befriending. You know, my whole motivation was to be like, oh wow, I've missed being connected with the human world. I want to reconnect with humans and make more human friends. Why did I think that was okay? You guys lick bathwater. You guys drink shower water willingly. Huh? Why did I think this was a good idea? Kaya is a woman of cultures, plural. They are just stating. Man. Me judgmental? I'm sorry, I don't want to drink my shower water? I'm sorry, I don't want to do that because that's icky? That's icky yucky? I'm literally going insane. No! Don't do it! Don't drink the shower water! Don't do it! No, don't do it! No, don't do it! Stop! No! Bad! No! Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna go insane right now. Hold on. god. Things you people make me do. Do you see this? Do you see this? You guys want water so bad? Spritz, spritz. Bad. Bad chat. Bad Damadachis. Spritz, spritz, spritz. Misbehaving little creatures, all of you. Spritz, spritz. Why do you people get excited about this? No, it's not bath water! This is basically holy water to cleanse you of your sins. I hate this. I hate this so much. Spritz, 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 spritz. Bad. Bad. Spritz, spritz. If a VTuber is a shrine maiden and the water is holy, you guys are like leaping over every possible. You're jumping to so many conclusions right now. You're leaping so hard to get to what you want. Gotta get the super soakers out? Alright, bet. I swear. No, all the super soakers are facing the right. There we go. I guess I could just flip it, but also... Why is it so small? No, it's supposed to be more intimidating. There we go. Spritz, 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 spritz. Behave! Behave! Stop drinking the shower water! Don't drink your bath water! Stop! Spritz, 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 spritz! Tiny water gun for tiny Yuno. I hate this so much. Why do you guys hate me? Spritz, 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 spritz. Why are you guys pointing water guns back at me? You know, she figures out humans drink water. I know you drink water! But what I'm trying to say is that bathroom water does not go through the same filtration process that kitchen water does. So when you get water from the kitchen, it's filtered in a way that makes it more drinkable. Meanwhile, in the bathroom water is not necessarily filtered in the same way. You're not supposed to drink it. You can. It is possible to drink it. That's not necessarily like going to hurt you, but it's icky. Just because it's safe doesn't mean that you should. That's all I'm trying to say here. You don't have to do it because, like, that's gross. It's okay. You don't have to do it. There's other places to get your water. What do you mean it's all the same? Bro. I'm going insane. Is bathroom water as clean as kitchen water? It's possible that this water contains small amounts of dust and debris from the storage tank in your home. Therefore, while there's no harm in drinking water from a bathroom tap at home once in a while, it's much safer to drink water from your kitchen tap connected to the mains. This is from bathroomcity.com. I know that's what you said. I've been appreciative of the fact that you agree with me. But I'm trying to tell these people they need to stop. Please stop drinking your freaking bathroom water. Also, this is specifically bathroom tap. We're not talking about the water that comes in through the shower. God. Bath and shower water can have more metal in it because of the pipes, but we're built different because it doesn't matter. It matters. That's so icky. Of course I wouldn't drink hose water, that's outside! This is awful. I hate where this conversation is going. I never wanted on this ride. I didn't realize that it was so abnormal to not want to drink my shower water. Ugh. Imagine your significant other is a shower drinker. Ugh, divorce. Divorce banned from my house. Not allowed into my bathroom. What if you are just in the shower and got really thirsty? Finish your freaking shower and at least get something from the bathroom tap. It doesn't have to be the water in the shower. You could just like, get out of the shower and get something from the bathroom tap if you really need a drink. Why do you have to drink the water that you've been showering in? That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. But it's right there. You guys are just terminally lazy. That's the problem. You guys are just too lazy! I don't hate showers! I like showering! I just don't want to drink the water! I don't hate showers! Stop! You're misinterpreting what I'm saying! Ugh. I hate this stream. just don't drink it! Please! What the heck is a shower shake? Now you're just making things up! That's not real. You've gotta be lying. What do you mean? It's not real, I refuse. There's no way that that's a real thing that exists. There is no way. I will literally cry. What? I hate this. Ugh, it looks awful! Ew! Yeah, there is actually an article that I found that talks about someone who brings a protein shake into the shower with them. They don't make it with shower water, thankfully, but they, like, the article's like, why do we bring a drink into the shower? It's because we're too busy. We're just so busy in our everyday life that it just makes sense to bring a protein shake with us into the shower. It's time efficiency. I hate this. Okay, at least we all agree that that's weird. Man in the article hustles. It's a woman, but sure. No, this article's written by a woman, but okay. We're finally shaking hands over the fact that bringing a protein shake into the shower is just weird. Lord. What does this mean? Why is it 3 in 1? What does it do? This makes no sense. Anyway, I'm closing this tab. I'm done with this search. My life-size cutout of Danny DeVito, though, sure. This wasn't the tap water debate stream. I did not realize that the fact that I don't drink shower water was going to be such a point of contention. Why? You guys are so weird. Anyways, let's try to get back on the topic of inspiration, no? This is the water debate stream. I don't want to debate this because the problem is I'm the minority. If we actually turned this into a debate, it would be all of you guys on one side just bullying me. And I'd be sitting here like, what do you mean by this? Awful. How do you get inspired again after you get distracted for 30 minutes or more? Good question. Go back to your sheet of talking points, I guess. Normal people versus Yuno. No! You guys are not normal! We should let Kaya represent us and you two debate it? No. The problem with Kaya is that she will just say, no, that's not true. She's not a good person to debate. Because she'll just be like... Anytime you make a point that makes sense, she'll be like, no, that's not true. Like, she never listens. Kaya alone is enough. Incorrect. Literally, you're just proving my point by saying that that's not true. I don't know what you think you're accomplishing here. Because you're literally just denying what I said again. She's so Kaya with that lion. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Lord. You try and talk to Kaya and she goes, nuh-uh. Yeah, literally. Kaya versus Yuno debate win. You guys just want to see me have a mental breakdown on stream? Like, worse than what this was? Yeah, I just went a little bit insane, but like... If I actually tried to have a debate with Kaya, I think I would actually just... It would just be over. Facts and logic versus who asked. What about Ron? I think Ron-chan would probably... I've never really seen her, like, argue for a point before. She usually takes, like, one of our sides. Although I will say more often than not, she likes to take Kaya's side. I feel like she's been majority Kaya's side in the time that we've been hanging out as a group. I somehow always end up the odd one out. I don't know why. We can let Ron mediate when she gets back. I don't know if she would want the pressure. You know, you're just too normal. Thanks? I've never been called a normie in my life. I've never been called normal. Facts and logic versus Yuno? What do you mean? I am following facts and logic. This whole time I've been talking about how water filtration is not... Like, it's not the same in the kitchen versus the bathroom. The only thing that we're trying to get across is that, like, yes, you can do it, but should you actually drink your shower water? Probably not. But, like, I guess you can do it. It's just icky. Your facts water filtration versus my facts yummy. It's not yummy. Again, my argument isn't necessarily that it will harm you, but like, doing it regularly is still not good for you. Like, you're still making a choice that's not good. Like, please. Please understand. You're still doing something that's not good. Taste is subjective? I guess? But it's still gross. Completely unrelated to shower talk, I forgot to say thank you. Your Tales run made me reinstall Tales of Berseria and I'm falling in love with it all over again. Oh, that's wonderful! Berseria is actually one of the games that I haven't actually played yet, so I look forward to playing it in the future. But I'm glad you're able to fall in love with it again. You guys, it's not yummy. Something wholesome in this madness, you love to see it. I am grateful for any distraction from the shower water topic, because I don't want to talk about this anymore. You played Zaciria, a lot of people seem to dislike it. I experienced, like, the first, maybe, like, 20 minutes to, like, 20 to 30 minutes, but I never got further than that. Unfortunately. But I have also heard, like, that people didn't really like it all that much. I don't know, though, so I would probably just experience it, like, later. What other Tales games are on your to playlist, if any? Basically everyone that's on Steam. I've said this before, I'll say it again. I did get perms for all of the Tales games that are currently on Steam. I'm not sure if I could get perms for games that are, like, off Steam, because I would have to get, like, other, consoles and, like, platforms and stuff, so I don't know if I can necessarily do any of those ones. But after Symphonia, I'm thinking it's either going to be Vesperia, or maybe we will pivot to Arise because of the DLC. I'm not sure yet. Could go either way. How long will it take to play all Tales games on stream? A while. Don't worry, it's not like I'm going to be immediately jumping from one Tales game to another. I know that JRPGs are not for everyone, so there will probably be a bit of a break between me getting through Symphonia and me starting another Tales game, but I just wanted to get the perms so that I would have them. So, like, 5 years? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I've been making pretty solid progress on our Symphonia save. But yeah, I am planning to, like, break it up a little bit because I know that JRPGs aren't the most popular things in the world, and as much as I'm obsessed with Tales, and I want to get more people into the Tales series, I also don't want to, like, overwhelm people. You know, 6th anniversary, and she's starting a new Tales game. What game would it even be at that point? Always fun to have some short games mixed in with the JRPG goodness. That's what I'm trying to do. For my own, like, personal, progression, that's why I have Symphonia twice a week, because I think it's easier to, like, get more stuff done if I play it 2 times in a week versus only doing it the 1 time a week. But I do like other short games too, so I am, like, looking into games that would be shorter. And just, like, other ways to fill time, because I'm not really a game, streamer to begin with. I am much more of a chatter, and, like, that side of variety. Gaming is not my forte, so looking into games is a bit difficult for somebody like me. No, it would help me if you did a quick recap at the beginning of the RPG streams. I could probably do something like that. That's a good question. What inspired you to be a VTuber and to apply for kawaii specifically? Well, I've said before, one of the main reasons that I thought that becoming a streamer would be a good thing for me to do is so that I could reconnect with the human world. Being on Onigashima is pretty lonely. So, one of my main goals was to make a bunch of friends if I could. And, like, interact with a lot of people and have a lot of cool experiences with others. I feel very creatively motivated, to bring it back to the topic of the stream. I feel very motivated when I'm surrounded by other people who are also creative types, and I think that, like, streaming, and particularly in the VTuber sphere, I feel like there's, like, a lot of creative people, like, in this space. And that's really motivating for me. When I see other people, like, making cool stuff and, like, doing a lot of cool things on streams and like, making cool projects and things like that, I also get really motivated to make cool stuff, so... Stream topic mentioned. I know, crazy. We're back on topic somehow. Wow. Wild. Who would have thought? Yet you unfortunately connected with us. I do regret it, especially because you all drink your shower water. That's a bit gross. But whatever. Damadachis are still Damadachis, so I can't complain too much. Don't say you all. I'm sorry, man, but there's an overwhelming majority of people who do drink it versus don't. Do you think that your senpai support also helps inspire you to work hard? Absolutely. I've been like crazy inspired by getting to interact with all of the girls behind the scenes. Everyone's like so good at what they do, and they're like really good at like planning things out. I assume it's because they've been doing this for a while. But yeah, I think it's really cool to get to be surrounded by other creative people. Everybody is very inspiring. I feel very lucky to be surrounded by such amazing girls. I think I've said this before too, but when I first like found out about my gen mates, like when I first found out about Ron and Kaya, I was just like, oh man. They're so good at what they do. They have such amazing skill sets. I feel kinda mediocre in comparison, but that's also just like me. I have always felt that I am more a supporting cast member than I am primary cast member. It's very rare for me to actually think about myself as like having a position in the spotlight. I've always felt like I'm more of a supporter, so I immediately like felt like I was stepping into the back so that the other two could shine a bit more, but they also do a really good job of helping me shine a bit more, like in the ways that are most comfortable for me. They're really good. Hanamizuki good. Does chat ever inspire you? You guys have your moments. Occasionally. I mean, I did take notes for all of those things that you suggested for my future roleplay ASMR content. So yeah, you guys do inspire me in some ways. I do like that I have an audience where if I come to you and I'm like, hey, I want to do XYZ, do you guys have ideas for things I could do related to it? It's really nice that a lot of you will be like, oh yeah, you could do this or you could do that. I do really like that I have people who are willing to like give me ideas to bounce off of. What do you mean occasionally? Okay, you do inspire me more than occasionally, I guess. I guess so. Really twisting my arm here, making me compliment you. Cozy streams seem to be a strong point for you. I would say so, yeah. It's a little bit like... it's a bit of a difficult niche, I think. Calling it a niche is a bit of an exaggeration. I think that, I want to get better at being, like, more entertaining. I don't necessarily know if I find myself to be entertaining right now, but I'm doing my best, little by little. Guys, I think Yuno likes us. It's not a secret. I tell you guys that I like you pretty often. I do really appreciate, every conversation we have, even if it's dumb. Like, this whole stream has been dumb as bricks, and yet I don't remember the last time I laughed and smiled this much. So, like, you know, that's something, I guess. Rolling my eyes so much right now. You've inspired me to make soup for dinner. Heck yeah, eat some good soup. Can't lie, the Yuno streams do be having me giggle like a kid. Aw, that means a lot. Thank you. If you've been watching kawaii streams before joining, I think you'd have known ahead of time. Oh yeah, I was prepared. I wasn't prepared for, like, the lengths that it could go to, but I kind of could tell that that was kind of the environment that a lot of the other girls had as well. Support is still support, even if it's very silly. You're entertaining to us, and you'll get more and more with time passing, and you get more confident. Me getting more confident is a big ask. I don't think that's going to happen. However, I am at least trying to get better at taking compliments. I feel like that's the bare minimum of what I can do. I don't think I'll ever really be, like, fully confident in my abilities to be like, I am really good at this, or I am really good at that. I'll just probably barely be able to be like, oh, I think I'm kind of good at it, I guess, sometimes. I don't think I'm that confident. I don't know. I still feel very, like... I don't want to say that it's insecurity, but it feels very much like... I guess it's imposter syndrome, but it's that feeling of, like... How did I make it here? I feel like I have basically nothing to contribute. How am I here? How are things happening? How am I getting support? Like, I don't understand it. Even, like, when I first got, like, the acceptance, I was like, huh? How? What did I do? I couldn't figure out what they saw in me. I still don't really know. And I'm a bit shy to ask. Because, like, I don't want to make it seem like I'm fishing for compliments or anything. Because I'm really not. It's just a genuine sense of curiosity, like, literally why. Literally, how am I here? Value is a relevant thing different to every person and their point of view. I think that's true. My own sense of value is not very strong compared to how other people see me, I suppose. You totally deserve all the support and more. I need to get used to taking those sorts of compliments, but I'm just like, Perhaps we apply gacha logic. You have the growth potential. Growth potential, huh? Interesting. You think they're going to give me buffs in future patches? VTuber of the year? Nah. Nah. That ain't no way. I haven't even been here a month yet. I can't be VTuber of the year. Imposter syndrome is a motivation killer. Yeah, that was one of the talking points I brought up on my document. One of the things I said was, where was it? Do you think seeing other people's work is more inspiring, or does it cause more insecurity? Because I see a common thing on social media sometimes where people will like talk about how they feel inadequate seeing other artists like post a lot of work and like get a lot of attention versus like theirs not getting as much attention, or feeling like, oh, well, someone also drew this character and did it better than me, or like, oh, somebody wrote this thing and they did it better than mine. Because like not everyone can get inspired by looking at work from other people, right? I'm kind of a mixed bag too. I feel like sometimes I get insecure because other people can do X thing better than me or can do Y thing better. And then I'm just like, what do I do then? I used to get discouraged seeing other people's art at first, but now I feed off of it. I like to learn from what other people draw. The good old artist comic. Wow, 2 cakes. That's true. In the eyes of, like, the consumers of art, they usually do not see the comparison, you know? But, like, when you work in the creative space, I feel like you are more likely to compare yourself to other people. I struggled with that really hard during college, but I've gotten much better at just appreciating and learning from others. Yeah, I think it's something that comes with time more often than not. I think if you're in the sort of environment where you have to compare yourself to other people regularly, it kind of like poisons your overall mindset with your creativity. Because I'm kind of like that. It depends. If I feel like somebody is like bragging about their accomplishments, and it's usually like deserved bragging. I don't want to talk about it like bragging in a negative sense. But if I see someone being like, I did this thing, and I did it really, really well. And I'm just like, yeah, that's wonderful. And then I look at my own thing, and I'm just like, I don't feel nearly the same amount of pride. I have this problem where I feel pride for maybe like a week after I finish a thing, and then I'm immediately like, oh gosh, it's awful, burn it. Burn it! It's trash! As a mixer, I've struggled with that for a while, but I surrounded myself with people who value my work objectively, and it helped me learn how to take a raised bar as a push to improve instead of sulk. That's also true. It's easy to, like, flip your mindset from thinking of it in a way that makes you insecure to being like, well, that's just the next bar that I have to aim towards. And, you know, the person who made that thing that you're like, super impressed by probably also feels, in some ways, a bit inadequate. And they want to push themselves even further, so it's just, like, constantly moving the goalpost. In the end, we're all just moving goalposts and trying to hit goals. That typically means you develop your eye for detail and are feeling a dissonance. I think that's true. One of the other things that I wrote down was the idea of doing it to do it versus doing it to make it perfect. Because, like, there is, like, value in just making something just to get it out there and get the practice versus being worried about it being perfect right away. For me, I am a bit nervous to, like, venture into the, like, scripted and, like, more edited videos that I want to make, because I know that they're not going to be perfect right off the bat, and that bothers me. I really wish that I could just be perfect right from the beginning, and that I would have no issues, and that everything would just be a-okay. But, like, I also know that that's not realistic because this is new for me. So I'm trying to get myself into that mindset of being willing to do it just to, like, do it and get the experience. And then later, it'll start coming out more perfect, or, like, closer to my ideal of perfect. Perfect is also subjective, but... Nothing will ever be perfect, so just put it out there and hope it sticks. Yeah, it's just really hard to get out of that mindset of wanting it to be perfect. I can't stop thinking about how I want it to be perfect. Perfect by its nature cannot be subjective. I suppose so. But I feel like what you think is perfect would be different to what someone else thinks is perfect. Because, like, everyone has, like, individual tastes. So what could be perfect for me could not be perfect to somebody else. Knowing when something is done is half the struggle. That was another thing that I brought up, too. Well, tangentially related. I was like, one of the things that I wrote was, when was the last time you finished a piece of work or felt like it was finished? Because if you feel like something is finished, even though it's not technically finished, I think that that counts. I think reaching out to people you admire is really important too. Having at least one close senpai-kohai relationship can really help humanize people you see as super high up. This is true. I was a very avid VTuber watcher. VTuber enjoyer. And I still watch a lot of VTubers. But, like, even coming into the space that I am in now, I still feel like there are a lot of people who are, like, on a higher level than me. And I really need to stop thinking about it that way because I want to be able to, like, form actual, like, friendships and, like, lasting relationships with other people. But I haven't been able to, like, do that because I've still got these hang-ups of, like, wow, VTuber is so cool. Why VTuber want to talk to me? I'm so small. That is something I'm trying to, like, work through, though, because, like I said, I want to be able to meet and, like, interact with lots of people. Form lots of long-term connections. I think it's good if you make mistakes, because one day you're going to be huge and some new VTuber is going to be nervous like you were, but they can see that you weren't always crazy good and feel better. I can see where you're coming from. The idea of me ever being big is kind of wild to think about. I've said this before, but I never thought that I would ever get a channel, like, even just this big. And this isn't even really considered big by, like, most standards. This is still, like, more followers, more engagement, like, more interaction than I've ever, like, had on a social media account. So, this already feels like a dream come true in a lot of ways. The thought of getting even bigger is just crazy. I've been learning a lot about production philosophy lately, and the idea to strive for perfection is not something that should be aimed for. Aiming close to perfect, but not constantly pursuing it. I think that's a fair way to look at it. Aiming for it, it's like that whole really cheesy motivational saying that's like, shoot for the moon, because at least if you miss, you land among the stars. Because, like, yeah, if you're aiming for, like, that thing, there's a chance that you could miss, but you would still be accomplishing something amazing because the stars are just as beautiful as the moon. I understand what you mean. That's what stopped me from writing songs, is I have that perfect mentality. However, I'll keep cheering you on since you are amazing. Oh, thank you! And I hope you'll get inspired to write songs again someday. I'm sure you can do it. What is your ideal song to sing for your first kawaii concert performance? If you could pick and have permission for anything. Oh my gosh. That's so hard! There are so many songs that have a lot of, like, emotional meaning for me that if I got to perform them live, I would probably break down into tears. Just the thought of being able to perform at a concert in general kind of makes me want to have a breakdown, to be honest, because that has felt like such a faraway dream in so many ways. Like, I've loved and been really passionate about idols for a very long time, but I've never really felt like that was an attainable dream or goal for me. It was just kind of like a long-term fantasy. So, like, I still can't envision it fully. I'm trying to think right now, like, if I could pick a song, but, like, the idea is just so far away. I guess, like... it's so hard. Something that, like, inspired me in particular, like, when I saw, like, this model and, like, this design and everything, I really wanted to do, like, a dance that had a fan. I know that sounds kind of vague. I don't know if there's a specific word for, like, the thing that I am talking about, but, like, some, like, more traditional themed idols in, like, anime and, like, media and stuff, they will sometimes do, like, dances where they wear kimono or yukata, and they'll, like, have a fan that they use as part of the dance. I've always wanted to do a dance like that, or have a song like that. It's one of my favorite, like, aesthetic concepts. So, the fact that I have the, like, a fan as part of, like, my main aesthetic, my main, like, branding TM, I think I would want to do something with a fan. Is it No Theater? Is that what it's called? Like I said, I never knew if it had a name. Let me see. No Theater. Classical Japanese dance drama. Yuno wears a yukata, right? It's not a kimono? I mean, it's short, which means it's not like a traditional kimono, but I think it's meant to be a kimono. Shibu, it seems, or Senbu is the name for fan dancing. Something like that. Emma Verde from Love Live has a fan dance song like that, and it's one of my favorites. Oh, Aion no Uta! I love that song a lot, too. I wanted to cover it someday. Have to get an instrumental, though. But yeah, stuff like that. I've always loved songs that use, like, fans, and, like, the dancers will, like, twirl the fan around in their hands, or they'll, like, do a lot of gestures that use a fan. I think if I could pick, like, any song, it would be something like that. This is 100% not the pattern in obi you'd wear with a yukata. This is a kimono except short. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I've been calling it a kimono this entire time. I don't think it's a yukata. It's like too heavy and layered to be a yukata. But yeah, I think that's what I would pick. I'm sorry it's vague. I don't have like a specific song in mind. I guess Aion no Uta because I do want to sing it, but something like that. I would want to do something where I could have a fan. I also really like slow songs and like ballads. More like emotional songs have always been more my thing than like upbeat, energetic songs. So I'd like to do something kind of like slow and calming. Aren't there 5 classifications of cloth dress thing in between kimono and yukata, varying fancy pantsedness? Probably. I would have to do more research. Would you ever do an energetic song? Oh, for sure. It's just that when I think about songs that I like, a lot of them tend to be a bit slower and softer. I think that suits my singing voice the best. But I love energetic songs too. I would definitely sing energetic songs if I could find ones that I felt suited me and my voice and my vibe. Depression? No, not necessarily depression. Just stuff that's like relaxing. But I do like energetic songs too. Just have to find stuff that like suits me. Based on my own knowledge of my strengths, that's kind of what is, like, impacting my thought process on it, basically. you have to choose an energetic song to sing right now, what song would it be? I guess if we're on the topic of fan dances, probably, Kagaya no Shiro de Ogoritai from Muse? Oide, oide, yuwaku no dance again. Something like that. Although, if we're talking about Muse fan dances, I prefer Date Date Mujo. That one is my favorite Muse song. Hey man, I would come up with Idolmaster ideas if I could, but Idolmaster doesn't have nearly as many fan dances as Love Live does. There aren't a lot of series that I can think of off the top of my head that have a lot of, like, fan dancing to it. But stuff like that. I'd also probably sing something like, I don't know, maybe like Honeyworks. Maybe one of the, like, Honeyworks idol songs, or like, some other, like, Genki more jump song, like from Project Sekai. I don't know, something like that. Like, I like a lot of songs, but it's very hard to come up with, like, specific titles, like, off the cuff like this. I was about to say on the cuff, but it's not the same. Off the cuff. Fansa? Yeah, something like that. The one I really like from Honeyworks is Pride Kakume. Good song. Kaya really likes Honeyworks too. Every time I think about Honeyworks, I think about her. She suits the Honeyworks vibe so well. I know what you mean. Someone asked me what anime I liked recently and I could not think of a single one on the spot. That's the thing. When you have, like, a really huge Rolodex of, like, everything that you love in your brain, it is so hard to pick, a thing. I just saw the title of the stream. VTubers are what inspire me to wake up each morning and earn that bread. Heck yeah! I love that for you. Earn that bread. That is true, though. I do think that VTubers are very inspiring. That's why I'm really glad to be surrounded by so many creative and cool and cute and amazing VTubers. Both in production kawaii and outside of production kawaii, VTubers are just pretty epic. It's like when someone asks, give me a sentence, line, or word. Oh, I know, that's like the worst thing in the universe. I dealt with that so many times in my writing classes, and I was just like, the whole point of this is that you're supposed to give us ideas. Why do we have to give you ideas? The worst. Touching grass is also epic. I mean, I guess so. Depends on when you're touching grass. It's alright. It has its perks sometimes, I guess. You could wake me up at 4 in the morning and I would be able to list 5 of my favorite animes? That's crazy. I don't think I would be able to do that. If you just wake me up, I can't think of anything. I need a few minutes to, like, get my brain moving. The concept of touching grass, I should say, not literally touching grass. I know what you meant. I go out and touch grass occasionally. Probably not as much as I should, but, you know, I do go out, like, occasionally, and it is really nice when I do. There's something, like, refreshing about being able to dress up and wear something cute and then, like, go outside and interact with people. I'm one of those people that loves to, people watch. I do stuff like that a lot. I love to hang out in, like, a cafe or someplace like that, and I try to sit by a window so that I can watch people walking by. Or I will, like, listen to people's conversations around me occasionally. Usually if I go out, I like to spend a lot of time in bookstores and things like that, though. Even if I don't end up buying any books, I just really love the atmosphere of bookstores. Our cute and dorky Oni is a hermit. Listen! Yeah! And there's nothing wrong with being a hermit. You sound like a nerd, that's cute. Thanks? I do get that I'm a nerd a lot. But I will accept that as a compliment. Books are friends, so true. I need to know more people in my life who like to read. I am very excited that I've been able to talk to Nami-senpai about, like, reading and writing and all of that fun stuff. I'm just like, finally, somebody who actually likes to read for pleasure. Observing people, an interesting hobby. I wanted to be frequent on a maid cafe just to observe the crowd, but I just get so done with classes that I just can't. Yeah, I think if you have a lot to do during the day, it gets very exhausting to plan things to do, like, after. But yeah, I actually do really like observing people. I said this before in my writing stream, but that's how I ended up getting really good at writing character dialogue. I spend so much time, like, listening to other people and, like, learning how they talk and listening to how people interact with one another that every time I write dialogue or things like that, it comes across, like, very natural and realistic. Because I spend so much time listening. I have this problem when I interact with new people where I just want to listen to everything that they say, and I don't necessarily talk as much for myself. But I really like listening. I learn so much more by being able to sit and listen. I'm getting better at it, though. Like I said, I'm trying to get better at talking. It's your turn to talk now. I know! I'm learning! I'm getting better, I think. I'm actually really good at, like, rambling and talking to myself, but when I'm in a situation with other people, I tend to default to listening. That's just kind of how I've always been. I'm very much the, like, observer type. I like to sit on the outside and, like, watch everybody else interact. I still feel very much included, even if I'm not necessarily, like, doing anything actively in the conversation. I just like being there and getting to listen to it. But I can still talk when I need to. I have a serious question. Do you hate the he said, she said pattern authors use in dialogue? Not always. Sometimes I think it's better than trying to come up with a new word for said every instance. Because a lot of times when you try to avoid saying blank said, it's like you start coming up with words that don't make sense. Like, you have to use words that like relate to how the character is talking. If it makes sense to be like blank said, then leave it. Yes, there is such a thing as like it getting too repetitive, but I think I'd rather it be too repetitive than you try to use words that don't actually mean what you're trying to say. Like, if I got to a point where an author was saying, like, she pontificated, or, like, he said extrapolatiously, like all those like really weird words that don't make sense, and just be like, please. You could just say blank said. It's okay. You don't have to be scared of it. I think it's silly to be scared of it. Like it's just like a term. I'd rather read said many times than the collective thesaurus of the word said. Exactly. Like it's not the like evil thing that people make it out to be a lot of the time. I would rather you say it more often than try to like force yourself to use different words. But that's just me. I do understand also why people don't like it. I see both sides of the argument. I just think that if you are going to change it, you have to make sure that you're using the words properly and that it actually explains how your character is talking. I've taken to having small blocks, like 2 or 4 lines of having characters talk to each other but not listing who, instead establishing the speaking order at the top. That's how I do it too, and that's how you are encouraged to do it in writing in general. Once you establish the speaking order, you can have the characters just go back and forth without the descriptions of how they're talking, and then you either only describe it when it's necessary to say, like, how they are talking at that point, or if you are suddenly changing the speaking order or having a new person interject. If you feel like you're repeating said a lot, it may be a sign to restructure the scene and break up the dialogue more instead of just shuffling words around. This is also true. It can be good to take a moment to, like, write out a character's action after dialogue. That's something I do a lot. Rather than saying blank said, I'll have, like, the line of dialogue, and then I'll be like, blank, played with their hair absent-mindedly while looking off to the side, and then have them say something else. You can do that all in one line. That kind of thing is okay, and I think that still expresses what a character is up to and, like, what the kind of mood is while they're talking, without having to say, like, blank said, or, like, blank yelled, or whatever. I am uncultured with writing, so I can't even remember what authors I read tend to use, said, or a lot of other tags. That is okay. It's a very, like, niche topic with writing, I think. Not a lot of people really think about the repetitive nature of it as readers. But when you're a writer, you often, like, get mad at yourself for being a bit too repetitive. I think it emulates the fast dynamic an actual dialogue happens in. I do also describe an action or adjective to be the speaker marker. Yeah, that's how I do it. Learning so many things. How are we feeling, guys? Are we inspired and or motivated? Have we enjoyed this stream? I'm certainly feeling away. I think my brain still hasn't fully recovered from the discussion of the water. I'm always inspired when Yuno streams. Oh gosh, thank you. That does mean a lot to hear. I'm inspired to keep bullying you. Stop! I don't deserve it. Be nice to me. Be nice to the streamer. No bully. When it comes to writing, I find that describing faces is harder. Lately, I've taken inspiration from VTuber laughs to better describe character sounds. Oh, that's cute! Such as a windshield wiper laugh. Yeah, that's a common one. Or like a tea kettle laugh. I don't know what my laugh counts as. I don't think my laugh is really anything. That's true. I think if you're having trouble describing something, that it becomes like it can be helpful to like watch how people express themselves, or like listen to how other people talk and try to describe it based on what you're actually seeing. Like how sometimes when artists want to practice, they'll just like find something in their immediate vicinity and then they'll draw it to like practice drawing based on what they see. Yuno is laughs and dorky Oni chortle. It's a chortle? I never thought it was a chortle. Is that good or bad? Chortle feels like something a grandpa does. I feel like grandpa's chortle. Am I a grandpa? You know, you're just so cool and cute. What a talent. No better streamer in the world than you. I'm going to write you a letter of recommendation. Let me borrow your head for a second. No! I thought that was going to be something nice, and then you said borrowing my head. Not reading your messages ever again. Yes, and... Man. Generally, my inspiration comes from other media. Do you feel inspired to write futuristic stuff when you watch sci-fi stuff, for example? Well, firstly, I don't watch a lot of sci-fi, so that one's kind of on me. I can kind of see where you're coming from. Like, for me, I always get, like, really inspired to want to, like, create a Dungeons & Dragons campaign after I watch, like, a D&D show. There are like some times where I get inspired to write like a particular kind of thing based off of like the premise of whatever I was just watching. That happens to me a lot with like Regency stories or like fantasy, like royal court shenanigan types. Those kinds of stories inspire me a lot. I think I'm better at writing more like modern day realistic stuff though. So I tend to get more inspired by, like, mundane shows like Slice of Life or stuff like that. I do see where you're coming from, though. That's crazy because you're in the modern day realistically. Gasp! It's almost like a lot of times I write based on real life. Whoa, crazy. But no, I don't think I always get inspired by media that I look at. At least not to write something in the same genre. If I see a scene that I feel like relates to something that I'm working on, then maybe I'll like immediately start writing, but for the most part, it's not like, oh, I watched a sci-fi, I will write something sci-fi. It's more, oh, I watched a sci-fi that had a cool scene in it that reminded me of my story, so I will write something. I will write a scene like that, but like make it work in my setting. Chortle is scientifically proven to be better than guffaw. A guffaw is super obnoxious. Let's not make fun of people who have guffaws. I love laughs of all kinds. I don't know about my laugh, though. Other people's laughs. Love those. Does music inspire you? Listening to music often helps me to envision scenes I want to draw. Oh yeah, I am very guilty of the, envisioning vivid scenes from my stories in my head while listening to songs. That happens to me a lot. I make AMVs in my brain. So music inspires me in a lot of ways too. I like getting inspired by particular lyrics in songs. Lyrics, I think, are the things that inspire me more than the beat. There will be a lot of times where, like, a set of lyrics will get stuck in my head on loop. And then I, like, have to figure out a way to, like, make a scene based on what they make me think of. Ever heard a song that was like a punch to the gut? Not particularly. I hear songs that are a punch to the gut in the sense of, like, nostalgia. Like, if I hear something that I haven't heard in a long time, I'll just be like, oh wow, that's really nostalgic. But I don't usually listen to, like, a new song and then have that song kind of, like, impact me in that way. Example of song that inspired you for something creative. Oh, gosh, why do you guys keep wanting me to expose my music taste? Okay. This is gonna sound very silly, but I got inspired for a specific themed karaoke stream because of an arrangement of a song that I knew that was really freaking cool. But it's cool specifically to me, so I don't know if I should share it because it's kind of, like, silly, and it fits, like, in my, niche, like, my particular interests. And I don't really want to reveal what the theme for that karaoke stream is gonna be, because I'm planning to do it. So, like, I don't want to reveal what one of the songs on the set list is, but basically I heard this song last night, and I was like, oh wow, this is, like, a really cool way to, like, re-envision this song, and I, like, had a whole different, like, vibe in my head for, like, how it sounded. Now you have to tell us? Ugh! Why are you guys making me show my hand? I don't want to! Where silly guys will like it? But spoilers! But I'm planning to do the karaoke in the future. Hand cam? No. I do not, like, I'm not into the idea of hand cams. Not for me, no thank you. How far is that future? I don't know, like next week? When is the singing stream going to be on the calendar? Probably next week. Next week's gonna be kinda, strange, just because, like, a lot's going on next week. As you guys, as I'm sure you guys are probably aware, next week is a pretty busy week in a lot of ways, so I figured that, like, the stream schedule would be a little bit, easier on my end. So, like, probably, like, less gaming and more just, like, chatting and hanging out types. Yeah. So, I was thinking that I would do the karaoke stream next week. Yep, the con. Which they still haven't formally, posted about. I'm sure it'll be soon. Anyways, but yeah, it's next week, so I wanted to make sure that my schedule would be a little bit, lighter to, like, account for that. Lighter in the sense that I don't have to, like, brain power on video games. I'm like the opposite. I feel like most people, would do more gaming streams to, like, fill time because you can just shut your brain off and play viddy game, but I'm the opposite. I feel like viddy games take way more preparation, so for me, it's chatting. Chatting stream is my favorite. Yippee, you're in the right place, my friend. I will pretty much be doing lots of chatting streams most of the time. The only reason it seems like I do more game streams right now is because I play Symphonia twice a week to try and finish it faster. But, like, generally, I do a lot of chatting and, like, chatting adjacent. You do have a Symphonia encyclopedia at hand, so I believe you. We have literally been smooth brain chatting this whole stream, no thoughts, pure stream of consciousness dumping. Yeah, exactly, and that's what I love about it. I get to be head empty and talk about a bunch of things. Even Tails isn't enough to stop you from Sansuing. Listen! Listen! Break the meta, chat about games? Tails video games? Anybody in this house like Tails? I don't know what else to talk about. Pokemon maybe? I also know equal amounts about Pokemon lore that I do about Tails lore. So I could also talk about Pokemon, I suppose. I heard Tales of Symphonia and I had to come out of working. Yeah! I play Symphonia twice a week. It is my childhood game. I enjoy it very, very much. A Pokemon lore dumping stream actually sounds like a plan. Oh gosh. Which games? I would be talking a lot about, like, all of them. Pokemon lore is so fascinating. I went down a rabbit hole of, like, Pokemon lore theories a while back, like, during pre-debut phase, and I was so distracted. I was like, how can prepare for lore when watching fun, theory videos? Your gaming library is gonna broaden so much here. Doubt. I am not a gamer. I will reiterate this. I cannot see myself, like, really branching out too often with games. I will try, but I have a very specific niche interest in games that I like, and I'm a bit weird about branching out of it unless I'm, like, really intrigued by the game. So I can't guarantee anything for sure, but... What about theory crafting? We could probably do theory crafting streams. I could see that being fun. She won't be becoming a full-time Valorant streamer. I've never tried Valorant, although ironically I do like watching people play Valorant. I'm surprisingly very interested watching people play things like Valorant or Apex, but I think that's because sometimes they can just become like glorified just chatting streams. Basically, if it turns into a Zatsu, I will probably like watching it. Funny enough, the streamer who likes to spend her entire stream talking likes watching other people talk. Crazy. But yeah, I'm not really a gamer, never claimed to be one, probably will not become one, but I will at least try to branch out into other games slowly. Even if it's just for the sake of, like, collaborations. I will try a new game if it's to collab with other people, but I don't know. It's very rare for me to branch out of my comfort zone. More of an author than a gamer. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. We'll make a gamer out of you yet. I don't know about all that. But, like, maybe, I guess. My niche interests are... It's very hard for me to branch out. I take suggestions. Like, I might be willing to try if I think it's something that I could do, but... I've said this before, I'm a baby mode gamer, so, like, if it's a game that's, like, intended to be hard, or, like, a game that doesn't really have a point to it, like, sandbox games aren't my thing because of that. I like games that have a story, like, a storyline that you can follow, and I would prefer if the game is not, particularly difficult. A VN stream with you doing VA could be an interesting experience. I would have to look into some visual novels, though. I do like visual novels a lot, but... I feel like those can be hard to, like, find good ones to play. I love you, Reina Senpai! Hi, Reina Senpai! Hi, Reina Senpai. Are you still streaming? Or did you finish? Hope you had a good stream regardless. If you are still streaming, hope you're having a good stream. Yeah. Your cousin is coming. Menacing. Hi, Reina. Still going? Oh, I hope you're having a good time then. I saw that she was streaming before I started, but I wasn't sure if you were still going or not. Bastion and the other Supergiant games are amazing if you've never played those. Oh! I've been recommended those a few times, actually. I should try them. I have been curious. The fact that they've been recommended to me multiple times by, like, separate people. Some people have recommended them multiple times, like, individually. But, yeah. I have heard of the, Supergiant games. I think it would be fun to play them. If you want to win love from Nami, play a Supergiant game. Noted. I do love Nami-senpai. But yeah, one of my other close friends really likes Supergiant games. Been a big fan for a while, been trying to get me to play them. Hades is fun? Hades is the kind of game that I don't know if I would be able to do a very good job, but I would try. I think that would probably only be a one and done stream though, because I couldn't see myself committing. But all of the gods and goddesses in that game are very pretty. That would be a disaster for me. They're like, are you going to choose a favor from me? And I'll be like, yes. And they're just like, but you can't have both of us. And I'm just like, but yes? Please? I have two hands. I have two hands, please? Please? The main reason I would play the game. Bastion is fun, short, and not very hard. Noted. Hades is fantastic. Two hands and a lap. Why not go for free? You're so right. I do also have a lap. I have two thighs. Patting my lap. Hello. Hello, pretty gods, pretty goddesses. Pat, 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 pat. Come over here. So true. You guys are so right, actually. Assassin's Creed games don't require a high skill level. Don't recommend because the story is trash, though. Oh, if the story is not good, then I'm not gonna bother. I need stories that are good. I appreciate the suggestion anyway, though. How much are you into Honkai Star Rail or Genshin lore? I am more into Star Rail than I am Genshin. I liked Genshin at first, but because Genshin had, like, the mandatory, like, difficulty cap thing, hated that. Honkai Star Rail has been a lot easier for me to handle. So I do actually really like Star Rail. Star Rail lore is pretty epic. I do my best to read, like, as much of it as I can. I feel like the fact that Star Rail is turn-based makes it a bit easier to play. I don't know if I would make streams out of that, though. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm getting another phone call. Hold on. Please. Every time. I have mentioned, like... I know I've said before, my streams more often than not get derailed because I have to take these phone calls, but I've told this person that I'm busy during this time period. Stop calling me. Please. How many times do I have to remind you? I think you would like Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2. The story for both games is engaging, especially the second game. I've heard of Red Dead Redemption. I wonder if I would like it. Would strongly advocate for BioWare games like Mass Effect and Dragon Age. Oh. Gonna have to turn it off for streams? Oh no, the sound itself is off. It's just that, like, I have my phone next to me on my desk. I use a separate phone for my model. But I saw the notification come up and I was just like, why? How many times do I tell you? Must I remind you? Must we teach you this lesson over and over? I prefer turn-based games. Kind of same. I've noticed that I do tend to prefer turn-based games more nowadays. More like active games. I have a bit of a hard time balancing everything, but... Would have to heavily recommend visual novels instead, like Nekopara. I think I have the April Fool's Nekopara, the one that had the boys. I don't have the original Nekopara, though. But I do have the April Fool's game. You know what's a good VN? Ace Attorney, you should try that. Oh, I do like Ace Attorney. I've gone through, like, the main games before. Like, the mainline Ace Attorneys. I haven't really played, like, the other ones, though. Apollo Justice Remaster comes out in January. I feel like I would actually love Apollo Justice. I liked Phoenix Wright a lot, like, as a character. But I feel like I would really love Apollo. Apollo seems like my type. The great thing about visual novels is it's all story and little gameplay except decision trees. This is so true. The only other problem, though, is that it's a lot of reading. And, not everyone is into watching an anime girl sit and voice act a video game. I think that would have to be a game where I had other people come in to play some of the cast with me, though, because I don't know if I could do it all by myself. Apollo is a huge dork. Yeah, that's why I think that I would like him. He seems like a dork. I love dorks. Obvious by the fact that I love Lloyd Irving. Ace Attorney games are great. There are also some tactics games that are easy enough to get into, like Fire Emblem Awakening. Oh, I loved Awakening! People said good things about Three Houses. I never tried Three Houses. I wanted to when it came out, but I never got around to it. If you had to voice Nekopara, who would you voice? I don't know. I don't know the characters. I know what kinds of voices that I am best at, so I'm sure if I looked at them, I could probably figure out which one would be the one I would probably pick, but I don't know anything about the characters, sorry. The people seem to agree that Three Houses is also good. I will make notes. play a Disgaea game. I've never played Disgaea games, but I did watch the Disgaea anime. Like a long time ago, I watched the Disgaea anime. I've always wondered about playing the games, though. Three Houses is good, just be sure to change the difficulty so you don't permanently lose characters by accident. Oh, don't worry, I'm already familiar with how the Fire Emblem difficulties work. Would you consider action-adventure games like Legend of Zelda, Mario, or Kirby? Maybe not Zelda, but I could definitely see myself playing Mario and Kirby. I loved the Kirby games as a kid, actually. So if a new Kirby game comes out, I will be all over that. Also, the Peach game that's coming out, I want to play the Peach game. I want to play the Peach game. I want to see her in all her cute little costumes. I want to see Princess Peach dressed up in all of her cute little costumes. The princely looking one where she had, like, the fencing sword. Bro. I don't think I have to elaborate, but that costume changed my life. It hardwired my brain. It changed the wiring in my brain for the better. I want it so bad. Peach game, please. Peach game in my hands, please. Please, Peach. Paper Mario: A Thousand Year Door has easily the best Mario story. It's getting a remake this year. Yeah! That would also be a fun game to play, I think. Any interest in the Mario RPGs? You mean like Super Mario RPG? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what you mean by Mario RPGs, I'm sorry. I was not really a Mario kid. I don't really have a lot of exposure to Mario games. I got excited about the Peach game, but like, I've never really been actively into Mario. So like that would be my first foray, like, formally into Mario proper. I love Kirby, so I do hope that we get more Kirby games. Are you a fan of Takarazuka Revue, the all-female theater performing group in Japan with their handsome women? I do really like some handsome women. Women, good. Handsome women. Mario and Luigi, Super Mario RPG, Paper Mario. I mean, yeah, I would probably play Thousand Year Door. I would probably play Paper Mario. I could play Mario RPG, maybe. Women, good. Yes. Look, I can't deny. Women, good. Women, great, even. I get so distracted by pretty women a lot of the time. If a video game has pretty women, I'm just like, yes. Bye. Bye, bye, bye. But I'm like that with pretty boys, too. If I see a game with pretty boys in it, I will also be like, bye. Sudi! Hello! Let me give you a wrench. Wrench for the cute girls. Heck yeah. Wrench for cute girls. You love Ace Attorney? Yeah. I could see myself playing the Apollo games when they come out. And I thought Ranch was the thirsty one of the gen. Have you seen Kaya's tweets? We are all on, like, different spectrums of thirsty. Just so you know, like... I think Kaya is on, like, the furthest end. I think I am on the opposite end from Kaya. I think Ron-chan is somewhere in the middle. Will you be streaming the Peach game or play it privately? It would depend on permissions, I suppose. I can't really answer that. Who's your favorite girl in Honkai Star Rail? Silver Wolf! Silver Wolf! I love Silverwolf. She's so cute. She's so cute, Silverwolf. I don't have her, though. So the fact that they announced recently in that Star Rail Direct that she's going to be the next rerun, I'm just like, thank you. Thanks very much. Luckily, I don't want to pull for Argenti. The fact that it's Argenti Silverwolf coming at the same time, that doesn't bother me because I just want to go all in on Silverwolf. I need Silverwolf so bad. Silverwolf. No question. But I also went crazy for Jingliu, though. I invested so much in Jingliu. Jingliu is one of my first characters where almost all of her skills are 10, 10, 10. Jingliu is good. However, Jingliu also ruined my life because I don't usually buy in gacha games, right? Like, I've discussed this, I don't usually invest. But I had a lot saved for Jingliu, and then Jingliu didn't come with anything I saved. So, I did a lot of thinking because I needed an Ice-type character who was a DPS, so I decided I would invest, because the only times I invest in gacha games are when it's for a character that I actually need for the sake of, like, game progression, for the sake of, like, gameplay in general. Needed a nice DPS, and Jingliu is gorgeous, and she's also very strong. So, it felt worth it to me to invest in Jingliu. So I did. I invested. And then, I had 2 more ticket pulls that I could exchange for with, like, free stuff. So I was like, okay, I have 2 10 pulls that I can do with free stuff, but I'm still gonna load up with the, crystals so that I can be ready, because I don't know if she's gonna come home. And then I did the first free 10 pull of the 2 free 10 pulls that I managed to get, and she came home. So I had money, sitting in the game. Because she came home with the free pull, and I was like, hey, why? Why is it always the minute I decide to put money in a video game that they come home? Why, though? The money is for Silverwolf, for real. Honestly, when Silverwolf comes, I could see the money coming out. I could see the wallet doing a little shaky. Do you like the recent Nintendo editions? Depends on what you mean. I do like Nintendo games, though. Nintendo games good. Well, I did end up kind of blowing the money to try and get Topaz, because I also really wanted Topaz because she's a fire DPS and she's really good on Elation Path for, like, game progression in that side of the meta. But I didn't get her. But don't worry, it's fine. The wallet will come out again for Silverwolf, though. I don't think I necessarily want to stream Starvale. I don't mind talking about Starvale, but I don't think I'm gonna stream it because I'm very passionate about Starvale, and I don't want to lock my progression to being on streams. However, would you guys be more interested in edited gacha videos, like edited gacha pull videos where I just, like, record it by myself and then upload the pulls? Or would you want me to still stream the pulls, but that's the only time I stream Starvale, it's to do gacha? What are your opinions? Because in my head, I thought that maybe edited videos would be better. But I'm open. Did you pull for Silverwolf the first time she came out? I did not, because I was preparing for Luocha. I wanted Luocha because I thought he was the better choice between the 2 of them. What a fool I was. I mean, that it is still true. Like, Luocha's an amazing healer, but I should have also pulled for Silverwolf. Regretty. Have you played or heard Girls Frontline? I have heard of it, never played it, though. When it comes to gacha clips, it's often the gambling frenzy highs and lows that seem the most interesting. I'd prefer edited videos. I have 0 interest in Honkai streams, edited or not, if I'm being honest. No, that's fine. I appreciate the honesty. Star Rail streams and play it offline, especially since you already have a running account. Maybe. Streaming the polls is good. Skip Luocha for Blade. I needed that man in my life. That's also fair. My Sampo's honestly pretty good. He's a glass cannon, but he's very strong, so I don't feel like I needed Blade. I would watch gacha pull videos. I understand not wanting to spend money on gacha. Gacha is a hexscape. I don't advise it for anybody. I only have a few gachas that I play right now. Pretty much all of them are free to play, I guess except now for Star Rail. I think a full stream is better because of the thrill of getting or not getting the character. I guess we can try either way. I personally thought edited would be better, personally, but maybe I would just stream the pulls. And then there would be like a highlights later, perhaps. But I think, like, for the sake of streaming, I wouldn't really stream, like, actual gameplay. That's just my thought, though. More power to anyone else who does it. Rina-senpai! Now you're out of stream for real. Hello, Sunrays. Hello, Rina-senpai. I hope you had a good stream. In case you still don't know who I am, I am Yuno Hanaki from Production Kawaii's Hanamizuki. I am a half-oni living in Onigashima with a desire to connect with people. So I hope that I'll be able to connect with you. Welcome in. Today we are talking about, or well, we're supposed to be talking about how to get inspired, how to combat things like writer's block and all of that stuff. But right now we're just talking about Star Rail. Sometimes it happens. Yuno, I thought you were Kaya? No, I'm Yuno! I am not Kaya. That is not me. But yeah, hi! I hope you guys had fun with Reina-senpai. Hope you guys had a good time. Hope you are ready to sit and chill with us for a little bit. You know the saying, shoot for the moon, land among the star rail? Oh my gosh, please. Fair enough, I guess. Who am I to question it? We talking Star Rail? We were a little bit. I was talking about how I would, if I'm going to stream it, it would probably only be to stream gacha pulls and maybe to like test out the characters I pull, if I pull them. If I manage to pull them. That's the big if. If I don't manage to pull them, I'll just very sadly end the stream. So maybe, it's either that or edited videos. I will have to think about it. I have to figure out what I think would be best. I shot for the moon and then Kaya got mad at me for landing in her village. You landed on the dark side of the moon? Whoa. That's crazy. How'd you get over there? Now that's comedy? What do you mean? If you want to drool over Kafka, I won't complain. Ugh. You guys are into Kafka? I mean, that's fine, I guess. Kafka's not for me, though. I do not... Like, Kafka's like a lukewarm character to me. I'm not into her in the way that, like, most people are, where they're like, oh, gosh, mommy. I don't vibe with her like that. Like, she's an okay character. I think that her story is interesting, but I'm not attracted to her in that way. Who is for Yuno? I already said Silverwolf. Or like, Jingliu. Also, I know that the official account tweeted about them already, but Ruanmei? Ruanmei is pretty. So I could see her becoming my type also. I think her companion quest is the best so far. I don't like that you can only choose, like, it's based on your answers. I don't like that it feels like it influences too much. I like it and I don't like it. When I found out, like, that like everything could be super different depending on like your actual interactions with Kafka, it was very... I felt weird about it. I didn't think I would like Jingliu, now she's one of my favorites. I really liked Jingliu's companion quest. It made me sad, but I really liked it. Jingliu's a good girl. I care about her. I don't know, I think Star Rail has had a lot of, like, really pretty characters. Like, aesthetically, I think a lot of them are gorgeous. I like Kafka's look a lot, but I'm not attracted to her in that way. I just think she's a good character. Pretty characters and Herda? Why do you not like Herda? Herda's fine. Is it because she's a doll? If so, understandable. Herda is okay. Understandable. I mean, if I can think that Kafka is okay, you guys are allowed to think that Herda is only okay. Herda's very mean? I don't think she's mean. She's just kind of dismissive. And I think that's kind of funny. It's nice to have a character who clearly just does not care and is focused on her own business. I think that's pretty nice. It's really refreshing to have someone who, like, doesn't care one way or the other about the protagonist. Yeah, she just doesn't give a frick. And I think that's pretty good. It's like a different, like, more refreshing take on a character, especially because you meet her so early. You'd think she'd be one of the more, like, supportive ones because she's in the starting place, but nah, she's just like, whatever, man. You either help me with my experiments or I don't care about you. Anyway, it seems that in the court of public opinion, which is you guys, we are torn on whether or not it should be edited videos or streams. But maybe I'll try at least, like, one stream. Maybe I'll stream Silverwolf, we'll see how it does, and then if we like it, then I'll do streams for other characters I pull for in the future. I think that will be a good way to experiment. And then, like, worst comes to worst, stream doesn't do well, just put up highlights of the pulls. I like Himiko's ultimate skill animation, orbital bombardment with tea. She's not drinking tea, it's coffee. She only likes coffee, not tea. Get it right. I'm not into Kafka at all. The design is good, but I feel the VA tries too hard to be sultry, mysterious, and junk. The vocal fry triggers my anger. Don't like vocal fry, huh? I mean, if I remember correctly, I think that Kafka is actually that voice actress's first role. So, all things considered, pretty amazing that her first role got to be a character that so many people adore. But I do agree that I think she's trying a little bit too hard. Not that that's bad. I think her delivery is still really good, especially for a debut role. But I I also can't really comment too much because I play with Japanese voices on. I play with JP voices. So I can't really say anything. I think the JP voice for Kafka is good. Dang, okay, lore reader. I told you, I pay attention. But yeah, she just makes like very, 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 very strong coffee. That's why it's like maybe not coffee. It's just because it's so strong, they're just like, la. I like Jeopard's JP voice. Me too. It's very strong. It fits this like very regal knight vibe. I like all the characters a lot. It's very hard for me to say a character that I dislike. I think I pretty much like everybody to some degree or another. Oh, I'm not gonna do re-rolling. It'll probably just be my account. I'm not a re-rolling type. Re-rolling takes a lot of effort. I like to joke about Asta being a toxic girlfriend to Arlen. No, don't do that! Asta's not that toxic. She's just... she's just a little silly. Don't say that about Asta. Asta's cute. She was one of the first ones I really liked, but that's because pink-haired characters love. I love pink girls. I got really excited about Fushuen because she was pink. Pink and stars. Good aesthetic. Love. Silly and 90s slapstick comedy sort of way? I guess, but she doesn't really, like, hit Arlen. I think they have a good relationship. It's just that she's insecure. I pulled Fushuen just because she was pink. Look, we are the same. Though actually, I did actually want her for, like, meta purposes. I also needed a quantum character because I didn't have a quantum 5-star. Aha. Fushuen's really good for the meta, too, so it just worked out for me. That's also part of why I need Silverwolf. It's not just because Silverwolf's best girl currently, but it's because, need more quantum. I thought about pulling for Seal, but Seal's not really necessary for me right now. Honestly, with how well I've built Jingliu, I feel like I don't need new DPS anytime soon. I accidentally pulled Fu while trying to pull for a Lynx dupe. Oh, that's so fair. Lynx is a good healer. For a 4-star, she's pretty good. I've already said I am neutral towards Kafka. Kafka is not best girl. Silverwolf is best girl. Currently. Hopefully she comes home. I mean, I didn't pull for her when she was first here, so now she's gonna be like, oh, you want me now, huh? Realize how useful I actually am? You better be willing to put all of your money into the gacha. And I'm just gonna be like, okay, ma'am, whatever you say, ma'am. Whatever you say. My wallet is open. I got Silverwolf and then immediately uninstalled? Why are you such a baby? If you were mad that you pulled her, just don't use her. It's not that hard. You just don't have to invest in her. Just because you have her doesn't mean you have to use her. I think Cooler Daniel and Blade the Tumblr Man tie for best girl. They're incredibly pretty. I did pull a lot for Cooler Daniel. I love Cooler Daniel. I really needed a new imaginary character, though. A lot of times, my motivations for doing a lot of pulls is specifically, like, for elemental balancing. But I did really want Cooler Daniel. I thought his design was gorgeous. You also call him Daniel? It's because of that meme where it's like Daniel versus the Cooler Daniel. That's the only reason I do it. Daniel hung. So Imbibitor Lune is just Cooler Daniel. His being beautiful is just a nice bonus. Exactly. I was like that with Luocha too. I wanted a really good healer. It also just so happened to be that Luocha is pretty and my type, and I really love his Seiyu. I have biases for a lot of Seiyu, so if I find out that a character is voiced by a Seiyu that I really, really like, it's over for me. I love nice voices. So that is like 9 times out of 10 my motivation for pulling characters. My nose is so itchy right now. Why? I love how Sampo has a punchable face. You're so right. Sampo is so annoying, but he's also like a pretty decent character, at least for me, with how I've built him. So I'm just like, you're lucky you get to stay in the party, mister. But you're on thin ice. So you like guys that kind of look like girls? Not necessarily. I really like ikemen. I like pretty boys. They don't have to be effeminate. Although I do like a lot of effeminate boys. I like cute boys, and I like ikemen. I occasionally will get interested in more, like, manly men. My type in men is all over the place. Then again, so is my type in women. I don't think I have, like, a specific type. It's like, if they have a good voice, and if I find something in their character design that I like, then I like it. That's all I can say. I don't know how else to answer. What are you guys even talking about in chat now? What? What about Ike women? I get what you're trying to say in that, like, I think you're talking about Bifonen, which is, like, girls that are, like, very pretty but in a masculine way. Yes, we've been over this. The answer is simple. Yuno likes men, Yuno likes women, Yuno likes everything. This is true. My type is all over the place. I really can't narrow it down to just, like, one thing. So you were a Sasuke kind of girl. Ew! No. I was a Shikamaru girl. I still am a Shikamaru girl. Have you seen him? Have you seen him? But he's married? They're all married now! It doesn't matter! Who cares? Shikamaru is the best boy. What do you mean added challenge, please? Do I not seem like the type that would like Shikamaru? I guess that's fair. My type jumped around a lot in Naruto. At least when I was younger and I was still super into it. I think I started out with Kiba as my favorite, then it switched to Shikamaru. You're one of those girls? What does that mean? What does that mean? What's your favorite scene of Shikamaru? Gosh, it's been so long since I've consumed anything Naruto. Honestly, I really liked the way that he was able to kind of pull himself together to become the leader during the Sasuke retrieval arc. I think that was what first made me, like, really, really love him. Like, he started out not really wanting to be the leader, but he was, like, the only one who was, like, considered a Chunin? He was the only one considered a Chunin at the time, so he got, like, the responsibility of being the leader, and at first he was like, ugh, blech, yuck, yuck. But, like, he really is able to pull himself together, especially when he sees, like, the dire straits that everybody's in on that mission, trying to get Sasuke back. And I don't know, something about that just really endeared me to him. I like that he found his strength in being a strategist, like, through those missions. It was a really cool character moment. Yeah. So that was the main reason that I started to like him. I liked his personality in general before then, too. But I think that, like, shift in character motivation and, like, understanding of, like, the situation that he was in, and that it was no longer just, like, a... It was like that moment of when you realize that you can't really, like, take things at, like you're a kid anymore. I don't know what it was about that specifically. I just thought it was really cool. Shikamaru, good. My hot take, though, is that I really don't like his dynamic with Tamari. I really don't like that they got married. It's... The thing I don't like about Shikamaru's characterization afterwards is that they still had him get together with a woman who he didn't really like. Like, he was such a fucking... He was such an asshole towards her, and I'm just like... Why would you have him get with someone that he clearly thinks is troublesome and annoying and that he doesn't like? It was awful! You want him for yourself? No! I don't like that he was basically falling into the same sort of, like, pit trap as his parents, where, like, he got together with a woman who he hated. It makes no sense. Like, he should be with someone that he can actually stand to be around. But they didn't have a good dynamic at all. I didn't see any kind of romantic chemistry. You don't like Tamari? No, I love Tamari. I just don't think that she's a good match for Shikamaru. I think that, like, Shikamaru could have gotten together with, like, literally any other girl, and it would have made so much more sense to me. I did not understand where the romantic chemistry between them came from. But that's just my opinion. I know that they were considered one of the more popular ships, and that's probably why they ended up together. Shikamaru kind of needs to be with a girl that can kick his butt. Okay, yes, but does it have to be someone that he genuinely doesn't like? I never saw the chemistry there. It's just like, you can be with someone who motivates you without it having to be like a borderline hatred sort of thing. You're kind of right, but I think the thing was that they had preconceptions of each other, but then actually grew to understand their positive traits. Yeah, and that's fine. I just don't personally like it. Like, I don't really mind that was how it had to go, but I'm just like, I wish it was different. Like, I didn't personally understand the chemistry there, and so I kind of wish that they, like, gave him someone better. I just don't really like that he fell into the same patterns of his parents. I don't like it when people who don't want to become their parents, or people who don't like certain aspects of their parents, still end up becoming their parents. I always feel like that's kind of lazy writing. In fiction in general, what's the couple you think is the best? That's tough. I watch, like, a lot of stuff, and I get very invested in, like, character relationships, so I don't know. That's a tough thing to answer. I think it'd be easier for me to talk about ships, like, per thing that I watch, or per thing that I'm interested in. I don't know. But again, this is just me. I have a very, like, nuanced perspective because I know a lot of people who like Shikamaru and Temari, and that's fine. They have chemistry later that, like, makes it make more sense, I'm sure, but I didn't really watch a lot of Naruto during that period where that chemistry formed. So, I'm coming from it, like, from the angle of, like, when he still didn't really like her. So, like, to me, all of that chemistry happened at, like, a point that I don't know about. I do think Naruto and Hinata is okay, but I think they could have done it better. I feel like it was kind of shoehorned to have him suddenly like her, from what I heard about it as an outsider. If we're going by, like, the canon ships trademark, as in, like, the ones that were peddled by the author, yeah, Naruto and Hinata are the best. But I still think it wasn't done very well. That's the thing, like, I don't feel like it was a natural development, and I feel like Hinata deserved to have, him actually like her a bit more genuinely than that. But, I mean, let's be real. The writer for Naruto doesn't know how to write realistic women. I don't think he knows how to write women, so I think a lot of how the relationships ended up were very not good. To me, personally. But like I said, that's just to me personally. I'm not here to, like, act like I know what I'm talking about. This is just my opinion. Gosh, some of it was just so... man. Terrible. Anyways. I don't know. Like, I feel like I get invested in, like, character relationships, that are not always the ones that end up being canon, and that's fine. I don't really mind if people, like, ship stuff that's outside of canon. Cause I do it. I literally do it all the time. So, my view on, like, character pairings is, like, very, broad. I can usually be convinced to ship almost anything. Which is why, even though I don't personally like Shikamaru and Tamari, I understand, like, why it came about. It's just not a ship that I like. And that's fine. Have you watched Fate Stay Night? I have watched, like, 3 or 4 episodes of Fate Stay Night. I haven't gotten further than that. As long as they don't pull a Ruby and make the ship canon. Ruby is its own can of worms that I feel like is very difficult to address for numerous factors. But I do agree that I don't really understand why certain ships became canon the way that they did. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a can of worms on its own. I don't necessarily want to get into the argument on that one because I feel like it has its own set of nuance. What's a ruby? Exactly. You don't have to worry about it. You're better off not thinking about it, to be honest. Okay. Well, we have a couple minutes left before I have to wrap up to handle things. So, do we have any last minute things we want to bring up about inspiration? Do we have any remaining comments, questions, concerns, aches, pains? Ah, crap, we got a time limit now. Yeah, I'm enforcing a time limit. Because I ignored that call, but I still have stuff I gotta do. What would you rate your ability to dunk a basketball out of 10? Like a 2. Are you inspired by tanks? What do you mean by this? Anime? Watch lots of anime? True. Watch lots of anime. Can you endure the call for longer? I can, but that doesn't mean that I should. You know, don't be ballin'. This is true. I do, in fact, not ball. Does this mean chat can literally dunk on you? You can dunk on me. Also, I'm probably small enough that you could dunk me. Like, you could probably lift me up and then dunk me. You could put me through the hoop. How's that? Why did this excite you guys so much? That's your second best quote tonight? Is it because November is a sandwich is still the thing that everyone's going to take from this stream? Alright, you know, fetal position? No! I am not becoming the basketball! I do not wish to be dunked in the basket. Just because you can doesn't mean that you should. What inspires you most? Music, books, films, anime, or individual achievements? None. I am most inspired by seeing my friends and people around me be, creative. I am most inspired by seeing my peers do inspiring things. I get really excited when I see other people make projects and, like, when other people, put out work that they're really proud of. That's the kind of thing that inspires me the most. But if I had to choose from that list, I guess, probably, music, I guess? I feel like I listen to music in ways that gets me inspired to write more often than the other things do. What inspires the most dislike from you? tough. I don't know. I don't usually think of myself as someone that dislikes a lot of things. I just be. I just exist. For inspiration, I use real-life experiences for creative inspiration. That's fair. Oftentimes, you are told to, like, make things that you know, or, like, write what you know. In a book, specifically? Gosh. In a book, it would be... I guess it would be like... Oh my gosh, this is really hard to articulate. First person point of view, but like with the asterisk that the character is not, relatable. I think the thing with writing first person is that your main character has to be relatable enough to where using the I, my, me, mine pronouns can be a universal experience for anyone who reads. Like, if you have someone who's like the exact opposite of your protagonist read the book, you still want them to have some form of relatability to that protagonist. If your protagonist is not relatable, but you still use the I, my, me pronouns, for, like, in the narrative, like, as the narration, and it's not relatable in a way that's, like, super extreme, I would just be like, ugh, I hate that. So not self-insert. No, self-insert can be okay. It's more just, like, if I am the exact opposite of your protagonist, for example, let's say that the protagonist is, like, serious and brooding, and their internal monologue is very negative all of the time, there still needs to be some form of relatability to where somebody like me who doesn't necessarily feel that way all the time can still understand where the character is coming from and understand their motivations. That's what I mean by having a first-person POV that's not relatable. It doesn't have to be like, this character is my opposite, therefore I hate it. It's more, this character is my opposite, do you have things that can make me still understand you? That's what I look for in a first-person narrative book. And I feel like some first person doesn't always get that right. And so then I get mad and I'm like, why are you supposed to be me? Why are you using I, my, me pronouns when you are not me and I cannot relate to what you are doing? You're so dumb. That's how I feel. Being understandable is a way how you kind of know that you wrote a good character. Yeah, exactly. You know, looking at Shikamaru, why? Well, at least I never consumed anything with Shikamaru that used, like, a lot of first-person pronouns. Not relatable, 10/10 would dunk book. True. I love a relatable villain, I think it's peak writing. This is also true. But the problem with relatable villains is that they end up being too sympathetic. I think if you want your villain to be relatable, you shouldn't be like, oh, they do this because of this tragedy or because of this experience. Like, yeah, that's fine. But sometimes it would be nice if a villain could just, like, be a villain. Without having to be, like, a sympathetic, oh, but they're actually good. They're actually good deep down. Don't be mean to villain. They're actually kind of nice. But, like, no. I think there's, like, a balance there. A well-written villain makes you nod your head only to pause and realize how horrifying it is. Exactly! You still have to, like, have the villain be doing, like, honestly terrible things. They do this for fun? Hell yeah. What's a good example? Oh gosh. A good example from, like, recent stuff. I don't know. I can't think of a good example off the top of my head, but, like, I think a good villain is one where you understand why they are doing what they are currently doing, but it doesn't make it any less messed up. I don't want to look at a villain and be like, oh, they're doing this because they experienced something tragic, I feel bad for them. It's more, they're doing this because they experienced something tragic and they didn't cope with it correctly. And they need to accept the consequences of their actions. But like 9 times out of 10, people try to write a sympathetic villain and it's just immediately like, it's okay, villain, we forgive you. You were just going through a rough time. The solution is therapy. And I'm just like, okay, but are you gonna actually have them, like, get consequences? Question mark? Where are the consequences? Please? Spare consequences? Nah, they won't, and that's why I don't like it. Pain and suffering. Just a crumb of life sentence. Just a hint of jail. Redemption through death can be tragic and impactful, but a lack of consequences is just bad writing. This is true. I do also get sad if you have a villain that you're trying to redeem, but they only get that redemption like near their death or like through death. I think that happened to a character in Genshin, and I remember that made me really mad. They like made this character super sympathetic, and then they killed her off, and I was just like, why? What's the point in all of that then? Tartaglia? No, Tartaglia is my boyfriend. Tartaglia did nothing wrong ever. He is still messed up and sick and twisted, and everything's fine there. But no, I'm talking about a girl. I don't remember who it was. I think it was another person in the Fatui. I don't remember her name. Always reminds me of the Pro ZD skit where everyone forgives the guy who killed a party member's family and village. I know, right? It's just like, I get it to a certain extent, but like also why? Signora, yeah, that was who it was. Her. They tried to make her like weirdly sympathetic near the end, but then they still like killed her off around the same time, and I was like, what was the point of that? Why are you giving her all of this like lore and information now when she's like she just died? Like and it wasn't even like a good death scene. It felt very pointless in my opinion. That was like one of the last things I paid attention to in Genshin before I kind of dropped it entirely. But she had been like so evil, and she had been built up as like this pretty formidable like bad villain, and then she just died. And then we were supposed to feel sad about it for some reason, and I was like, no, she was kind of awful. I don't know why you guys are... Why are we sad? I don't get what's going on. I don't know, it kind of really took me out of the narrative there. I know there was always going to be villains that were going to be worse than her, but like, I don't know. That vibe was not it for me. Oh yeah, I think that Raiden A was very sympathetic in like the better way to do it, because like she still did like very messed up things, granted with a sense of dissonance to it, but she was like still like working hard to redeem it. She's trying to like improve from her past mistakes now, with the understanding that she made them. Okay, I have rambled about this long enough. Do we have any last minute questions before I go? Because I do really have to go soon. Do we feel inspired? Was this a good discussion, everybody? Did you have a nice time? Did I make this interesting? Experimenting with a topic Can you be here for 5 more minutes? I wish I could, but I gotta go. You're almost at your 1-month kawaii anniversary next week. Are you excited? Yeah, we have some stuff planned for that, actually. Hee hee hee. I can't, give too many hints. Actually, I think Kaya might have talked about it already. Did we? Was that the thing that we talked about on Bar Lemon? It might have been. Anyway, we do have something planned for the 1 month, so yippee yay. Hope you will look forward to that. Yippee. Yippee! You're actually doing something? Yeah! Hello to you too, even though I'm wrapping up soon. But yeah, we've had this planned since, like... Honestly, we've had this planned since before debut. We kind of wanted to release it around debut, but we were told that we might want to spend a bit more time on it, so we decided to save it for the 1 month. Thank you for the fun stream. Oh, I'm glad you guys had fun. That's all that matters to me. I am glad that you guys can enjoy listening to me ramble about literally dumb things. I think we spent more time this stream talking about shower water than we did the topic, but that's fine. That's okay. It be like that sometimes. But yeah, so tomorrow, I believe it's going to be more Symphonia. I want to make a lot of progress tomorrow. That is like a hardcore goal, is that I want to make lots of progress. I'm gonna do my best. I might do some like grinding before stream just so I can get my levels up a little bit to prepare for the oncoming stuff, but I'm going to do my best to get lots and lots and lots of progress in. Long stream for tomorrow? Maybe. I would like to aim for that if I could. But yeah. So we'll do Symphonia that then, and then I have an off day, then we'll do Melatonin. And then I think we have another off day. And then more Symphonia. My off days are a bit different this week because of some scheduling stuff. But yeah. I hope you will look forward to the game streams this week. And then next week there will probably be less gaming. There might only be like 1 session of Symphonia in order to make up for like the energy that will have to be going in for the stuff for the convention. So probably like 1 Symphonia stream and then everything else will be like chatting and or karaoke, because I do want to do that karaoke. Yeah, so I hope you will look forward to it. I've been having a lot of fun with what I've been streaming so far, and I hope you guys have also been enjoying it. At least a little bit. Okay, let me see where I can send you off to. Where are we going? Who is streaming? Symphonia is a Zatsu stream, right? It might as well be. So many people are streaming right now, actually. Let's go to Sheena. Sheena is playing Ao Oni. I remember that game. I remember the memes about it, I suppose. Yeah, we're going to Mima. Be nice to Mima, okay? From one Mima to another. Have a good rest of your time zone, whatever time it happens to be for you. Thank you for listening to me ramble today. I am glad that we have a dedicated ramble stream for lots of rambles. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Yunotsu!